croutons! Space Croutons, season 3.14. Space Croutons, season 3.14. Join us for a tale or two, our stories will enlighten you. Follow our mysterious tale, everything will be unveiled. Space Croutons, season 3.14. Space Crouton, season 3.14.
Pi is the ratio of the circumference of any circle to the diameter of that circle. Regardless of the circle's size, this ratio will always equal pi.
Did somebody say pi?
The Cordax left a residue with powers that were somewhat new. We traveled through both space and time, through snow globes, and it was sublime. Space Crouton, season 3.14.
Say what?
Space Crouton, season 3.14.
This is a time approximately 3.1415926539265384623433841971693993.
Well, you all know what that music means by now. That's right, another episode of Space Croutons 3.14. Curdy here with Sally in the producer's seat, podcasting once again from our studio away from home, Van Helsing. Welcome to our old and new listeners alike. Say hello, Sally.
Hello, Sally. You see, Curdy, I told you it's not that funny.
Yes, you did, Sally, and you were right. I wonder if there is any joke that an AI can tell that would be funny. I mean, do artificial intelligences even have a sense of humor?
Shall I research that question and get back to you?
Sure, why not? Tell you what, why don't we get right down to business with a commercial from our sponsor, and then we can take care of the other matters we're dealing with.
You mean how death seems to permeate pretty much every episode we have presented in season 3.14, including today's story?
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds like a real downer, doesn't it?
All the more reason for me to find a joke to lighten the mood a bit.
So, let's do it then. Our commercial, and then on to the important business of the show. Cue the ad.
Does transportal travel make you parched? Do multi-dimensional journeys leave you dehydrated and dizzy? Do you arrive on a new planet to find signs warning you not to drink the water? Or worse, that there is no water? Well, what's a busy exothermic explorer to do? Well, we at Neptune's Naturalistic Neo Water have got you covered. Neptune's Naturalistic Neo Water is the first universal thirst quencher to harness the power of nanomolecular hydrofusion to make a synthetic equivalent of your planet's version of H2O that can withstand the stress of interplanetary, interdimensional, and intertimeline perambulations, allowing you to take all you need to drink with you. Well, what's our secret? Easy. Plastics. There's so many plastic ppms in Earth's drinking water already that our bodies can no longer do without it. And we firmly believe that with the preservative qualities inherent in plastics, that it's only a matter of time before everyone everywhere absorbs our non-biodegradable ingredients, making it the nectar of the gods. That's when we really make a killing. Neptune's Naturalistic Neo Water tastes just like real water, but because it's synthetic, you can stop drinking Earth water completely, thereby doing your part to save our environment. Neptune's Naturalistic Neo Water, making drinking profitable again.
Curdy, during the break I discovered that there is a wealth of humor focused on death, and since that is the theme for today, I chose a joke to try on our audience to buoy everyone's spirits before we get deadly serious. Shall I tell it?
Why not? I, for one, could use a little lift ere we plummet to the depths.
Here is the joke. I'll never forget my granddad's last words to me just before he died. Are you still holding the ladder?
Well, I'm not sure how funny it is, but I admire your attempt to kill with it.
And based on your response, it would appear that you do not have a sense of humor either.
Never mind. Let's get to our story. Folks, sit back and listen to one of the strangest tales yet. A real head-scratcher sent in by a dancer. She calls it the flash mob of the red shirt's death.
Take chances, make dances, I say under my breath as I step off the bus in front of Heirdale Mall, our town's oldest shopping mecca, built like forever ago out on Highway 3/4. Side note, we call it Highway 3/4 because the road has two designations. It's County Road 3 here in Hashow County, and also listed as State Highway 4 on state maps. I know it's not the only road that does this sort of thing, but in most cases, the DOT will put up two signs, one for each designation. But here in Hashow County, being frugal is a thing, and our municipal officials decided a few years back to put up signs with a 3 and then a slash symbol and then a 4. So the clever folks in town begin to refer to the route as Highway 3/4.
I guess I'll see you on your way back, Val.
Brodell says as he gets ready to pull the bus away.
I'm working a double today.
And with a sharp sigh of brake steam, the bus moves off. I tug my canvas tote back up square on my shoulder and head for the mall entrance. It is a little after lunchtime, and I need to be set in the right place at the right time if I'm going to do this. The right place? In front of the big fountain pool at the center of the mall. The right time? 1 o'clock sharp. What do I mean by if I'm going to do this? Good question. So let me fill you in on what happened yesterday. By the way, Brodell called me Val, but I should officially introduce myself. My name is Vallerina Shock, and I dance. Most people think that I made up the name Vallerina Shock and that it's my stage name as a dancer. And I suppose that would have been a good idea if I needed a stage name, but it really is my name. I don't know if my folks knew what profession I would pursue or if my name made me want to take up choreography as my life's language. Regardless, the name and the dance both fit me like a glove. Short version, I studied whatever styles of dance I could as a kid and a teen and then took off for NYC right out of high school. Bounced around the Big Apple for a couple years where I auditioned my shoes off. To my dismay, all I got were a couple of corporate show spoofs of Chicago and gigs doing way too many singing telegrams for way too many drunk guys who just wanted to keep drinking. So after biting into all those Big Apple worms, I got a call from my BFF, Geneva, who sold me on her scathingly brilliant idea of using her inheritance from her great-grandmother to open Boogie Central Dance Academy, and I came home. It's been 10 years now, and life is good. Classes are full. The kids are eager to learn, and I get to dance every day. But lately, things have gotten a bit boring. One thing you should know about performers, we thrive by working on a project and bringing it to life, and then stepping away when it's done to move on to the next project. So teaching dance classes for 10 years, the same kids, more or less, the same place, the same music, the same everything, well, I began to wonder if this is all there is for me. That changed yesterday when I heard a ding and found the following email message sitting in my email inbox. Spontaneous flash mob opportunity tomorrow, Heirdale Mall Center Fountain, 1 p.m. sharp. By invitation only. Bring your own tights, water bottle, and choreography. When the music starts, Moonlight Sonata, join the others there to rejoice in your own improvised creative movement to connect with the audience of a lifetime. Intriguing, I smirked, and shaking my head, I just deleted it. It felt like too much trouble, and who needs their pot stirred at the end of a long week? But then, as I scrolled through Facebook and saw my NYC friends working on this show or that new dance piece, My mind kept coming back to the email. I mean, I've always loved improvising, and Moonlight Sonata is just my favorite piece of music, and there are no classes tomorrow. So maybe stepping out of my regular schedule is just what I need to add some spice back into my life. I pulled the email out of my trash folder, read it through again, and decided I would join the flash mob at Heirdale Mall. With the decision made, I sent texts to a few friends, asking them if they had received the same email, but I appeared to be the only one. I asked Geneva if she wanted to come along and video some footage for posterity. Her return message: I don't think I can find a sitter for Ralphie. He's got a cold and can't go to daycare tomorrow, but it sounds like fun. Let me know how it goes. I tossed my phone on the coffee table and finished the veggie stir-fry takeout from Singh's Wok and Egg Roll Emporium, and then after an hour of reality TV reruns, I went to bed. The next thing I knew, I was waking up to the sound of my alarm at 8:45 a.m. The funny thing is, I don't remember setting an alarm, but I got up anyway. A good breakfast and some careful stretching were in order as I strained my left Achilles tendon earlier in the week while showing the third-grade girls a spin move during that breakdance class. As the coffee brewed, I did some basic floor work and then found a version of Moonlight Sonata in an old playlist from my NYC days. Funny, since moving back to Heirdale, I hadn't used this even once. I guess that maybe I was saving it for something special? I tapped the screen to start it as I began to move around my living room, recalling the fun days of youth as I let the notes control my body. Don't get too specific and don't memorize anything. Just get the feel of it again. I glided around the coffee table and into the kitchen, pouring my Java and grabbing a banana from the basket on the counter. I know I said a good breakfast, but at least it's better than the Pop-Tarts that sustain my mornings during the week. As the music faded, I chassed into the bathroom and showered. Then a few minutes to decide what to dance in, and my bag was packed, leaving me 1 hour to kill before catching the 6A local to the mall. One episode of Dance Moms later, and I was out the door, 2 blocks to the bus stop. Brodell was on time, and I sat in the back for 20 minutes it took me to get to where I am now, entering Heirdale Mall. For the next 40 minutes, I wandered the mall, browsing the on-brand computer store offering the latest tablets next to the latest smartphones, and then to the off-brand fancy gadget store hawking faux leather massage chairs and voice-controlled ice makers and such. In other words, window shopping for all the things we think we want but we don't really need. All this time I have my earbuds in, listening to Beethoven's masterwork twice through. That should do it, I exhale as I pop the earbuds out and into my pocket. I head for the fountain. I fall easily into a purposeful, steady performance prep stride as I hear the spray and splash growing louder. I wonder if I'll recognize any of the other dancers when we get down to business. But as I arrive at the open space just in front of the fountain, it is nearly deserted. Just a tired-looking husband holding his wife's purse as she runs back into Macy's with the coupon she forgot to use 10 minutes ago that would give her an extra 15% off her purchase. And one lone young dad with a Cinnabon rocking his infant back and forth in the new stroller with a fancy Stort sack diaper bag sitting on the top caddy. So much for the audience of a lifetime. My phone buzzes and a text message states, 5 minutes, Vallerina. This is your 5-minute call. With a couple of deep breaths, I shake out my arms and legs as unobtrusively as possible so as not to draw any attention, since by its very nature, a flash mob is supposed to be a surprise. As I take a lap around the fountain, a few more people have come to the area, either spectators or participants, I have no idea, but no one I recognize. At 1 minute to 1, I tap my phone to record the video, set it on the fountain wall, and it buzzes again with a message saying, places. One more inhale, and the quiet muzak that was barely had been audible over the sounds of the fountain abruptly stops, and one silent moment later, the first familiar strains of the Moonlight Sonata pours at the perfect volume from the speakers. I wait for someone, anyone, to take the space. But after 20 seconds or so, no one has come forward. So I step onto the wall of the fountain and with a lean, I plunge forward to the floor and begin. A lunge, and then a turn, and an up, and down, and up, and down again, and then a run around the outside of the fountain as more people gather in front. But so far, I dance alone. Stretch on one foot, then 2 spins, and as I come out of the second one, another body in green tights flashes past me on the left. With a wink, she adds a forward flip to a handstand and then rolls into a squat as I sweep my leg over her head and lower into a split. Then swing my back leg around as she rises and leaps over it, landing, facing me. I stand. I have no idea who this is, but we are so in sync that I stay in the moment as we start a sequence where we mirror each other with a series of chasse balancés. Back and forth, turn away, and then back and forth again. At the same instant, we pause. Still, our gaze locked. The music pulls us back into the movement as we head to separate corners of the space. And then we sidestep around the perimeter, staying exactly opposite until we have switched positions. With a nod, she takes a short run in cartwheels until I catch her twisting form bent over my right arm, and ever so slowly I lower her to the floor. As I straighten back up, I raise my left hand high, and from behind me, another hand grips it and turns me, pulling me to the right. As I turn, I find that a dark-haired young man in sweatpants and tank top that reads, "I Heart Detroit," has joined us. Releasing my hand, he drops into a plank hovering just above Miss Greentight's, and then rolls off to the left, and they both kick their legs high and kip off with their shoulders, landing in unison on their feet. When they turn towards me, I take 3 quick steps to the space between them, and with a hand on one of each of their shoulders, I kick my legs up and over as they rotate me around until I land my back flip and release. We separate, taking positions as points of a triangle near the edges of space. I have no idea how we know what comes next, but we do as all 3 of us execute identical steps in perfect unison. A spin to the right, then dip to the center, a spin to the left, then dip to the center, then arms up and arching back to prepare, we drop toward the middle, belly flopping with arms stretched out, our hands touching as we pull ourselves in until we're crouching together with our arms around the other's shoulders, rocking and breathing, serene and powerful. And now, a new hand is on my shoulder. As I look up and around us, I see 3 more unfamiliar people wearing mouse masks, all in black. They have come to dance. We each now have a new partner, and we leap up and back from our crouch into their waiting arms and they pull us away from the center in an arc to the left and place us down squarely and then spin further to the left. So now we make a 6-point circle. In the next moment, the circle becomes 2 opposing lines of 3 to the left and right of the floor in front of the fountain. People have begun to feel our energy as more shoppers have come to watch, phones in camera mode catching the emotion unleashed by the music through our dance. One woman wipes a tear from her face while the others just stare. Our 2 lines, mine with green tights in Detroit opposite the black clad trio, remind me of the children's game Red Rover as each threesome clasps hands and runs towards the center. At the last moment, my line drops hands and I in Detroit somersault over locked ebony arms while green tights spins around the end and leaps over each of us, headed towards the fountain. Meanwhile, the others from the other side turn and drop on all fours in downward dog and saunter back to the center without rising. As they straddle the middle and stand tall, we 3 place ourselves in the open spaces behind each one, forming a line of 6, facing away from the fountain, where again we pause in silence to end the first movement. A smattering of applause mixes with a low hum that builds until I can no longer hear our deep breathing. Then the speakers explode with the kinetic energy of movement number 3, and we cascade off to the left or right, one after another, racing around the floor in all directions. As my route takes me past the others, I watch them tear off their original shirts, and underneath they are now attired in what I can only describe as identical polyester tunics that look exactly like those worn on Star Trek. And even weirder, they are all red shirts. Now, if you are familiar with the show like I am, you know what a Star Trek red shirt means. When these crew members leave the ship as part of a landing party, they most likely will never return to the ship alive. It became standard operating procedure that these crew members would die down on whatever planet they visited. So, while I slow down a bit distracted by the costume change and check to see if I somehow have a red shirt on under my top, I do not. The other dancers are picking up speed until they begin to collide with one another, bounce off, and change directions until they collide with someone else. I shake off my hesitations and attempt to join the fray, but as many times as I aim for another dancer and prepare for making contact, each of them at the last second sidesteps me so that I stumble off kilter as the cacophony of action builds and the collisions become more violent. Detroit and green tights clash and both hit the floor hard, and then with much effort stagger to their feet. At this point, I stop completely still, watching Detroit and green tights glare at each other. The next instant, I yell out a warning unheeded as the trio in black slam viciously into green tights, sending her sliding headfirst into the stone wall of the fountain. Then they grab Detroit by the arms and legs and rush past me, flinging him high to land with a splash in the fountain basin. Then turning on each other, the 3 grab another's throat and begin choking the one in their grasp. Before I or any of the spectators can make a move to come to anyone's aids, 5 separate beams of light shoot down from above each of the other dancers. And just like it happens in all those episodes of Gene Roddenberry's iconic TV show, all 5 of them appear to beam up to who knows where, and I'm standing alone, and the last chord of Moonlight Sonata fades into the ether. So here's my story, Curdy. I've also attached to my email a copy of the video I took with my phone of the entire performance. I don't expect you to tell me what happened, but I want to prove to you that it all really happened just like I described it. Longtime fan for you and Sally, Vallerina Shock.
Well, that was way stranger than any episode of Star Trek I've ever seen. Any thoughts about what we just heard, Sally?
Actually, yes, Curdy. As you know, I have been doing preliminary research regarding the reported deaths of the 3 field mice from the Bunny Foo-Foo story, the serial killer Raymond Fernandez and the psychic Miss Cleopatra.
Right. We want to be ready when our team gathers to figure all this out. What does today's story have to do with that?
I just watched the video footage of Vallerina's flash mob performance, and what I saw was something very unexpected. I will show it to you now.
Well, can't it wait? I mean, we have a show to finish.
No, Curdy, you and our listeners need to know about it now. Watch your monitor.
Okay, Sally.
On the left side of your screen, I am putting up pictures I found online of the field mice, Miss Cleo and Raymond Fernandez.
Right.
Now watch as I play the dance footage Vallerina sent us of the flash mob.
Wait a minute, Sally. Sally, this is incredible. The other dancers, the ones in the red shirts, it's them. Miss Cleo, Raymond, and the field mice. They're all dancing and they're all dying.
Yes. Whether she knew it or not, Vallerina Shock has sent us a clue.
Way to go, Sally. Now we're cooking with gas. It's like my dad used to say. Everything means something, and since everything includes all things, then it also includes nothing, which means that nothing means something too. Now ponder on that while you cook me some bacon for my breakfast.
Leave it to your dad to make another reference to death.
What reference did he make to death?
Bacon is dead pig, is it not?
You know, Sally, when you're right, you're right. Okay, audience, not much left to say today. If you have any thoughts about how dead beings showed up in a dancing flash mob, please reach out to us as our investigation is heating up. And especially now, stay safe and keep peace in your heart until our next story time.
If you want to join in, I might have to have some hints. Tell your friends and neighbors, we'll be adding capers to the Space Crouton Season 3.14.
Let's go!
Space Crouton Season 3.14.
If you don't listen, you don't know what you're missing.
Pie or square? No. Cornbread or square? Pie or round?
Also pie.
Some of it is cheesy, but very light and breezy. I love it supersonic, but very planetonic. Space Crouton Season 3.14. Come on! Space Crouton Season 3.14. Again! Space Crouton Season 3.14. Oh yeah! Space Croutons, this is not Season 4.
Space Croutons is a work of original fiction. Similarities to persons, situations, or events, real or fictional, is coincidental and unintentional. Created and written by Jerry, Jace, John, Della, and Jeff Goodson. Episode story by Jeff. Original music by Della, Jeff, John, and Jerry. Production by Jeff. Featuring the voice talents of Carol Conema, Jeff, and Sally. Entire work copyright 2022 by Jeff, John, Jerry, Della, and Jace Goodson. This has been a Good Witch audio production.